Hello, and welcome to Module 2 of the Solver Masterclass. In this module, I'm going to be walking through some of the various commercial solver options that are available on the market for you to purchase. You can think of this module as a sort of video instruction manual for these various solvers. I'll spend time introducing the user interfaces and walking through how we might do some of the things that we actually do in the later modules. What I'm not going to be doing is going through the whys. So why we might build a game tree the way that we do, or why we actually interpret an output a certain way. We'll cover that plenty in later modules of the actual course. Now, at the time of launch here in January 2022, I plan to have a set of videos for both PioSolver and GTO+. For one, these are the two technologies that I'm most familiar with. I do the overwhelming majority of my solver work in PioSolver and GTO+. I think they both are excellent solvers, PioSolver being a little bit more high-end, GTO+ being a great entry-level solver. But I do plan to expand this module throughout the course of the future. PioSolver and GTO+, first off, are both in active development. Both of the developers release bug fixes for the technologies, but they also push out enhancements from time to time. So I may end up with additional videos periodically within each of these technologies, just highlighting some of the new features or new functionality that get released. I also plan to build out videos for other solver technologies in the future. The first one that is on the roadmap is the Simple suite of products, which I plan to launch in early 2022, somewhere in the February to March timeframe. This is the Simple post-flop, Simple pre-flop, Simple three-way. A really good suite of solvers that can start offering additional functionality. Obviously, pre-flop is something that we'll touch on a little bit in PioSolver, but I actually don't really do a lot of pre-flop solving within PioSolver itself, so we'll definitely cover Simple pre-flop as an option for that. And then Simple three-way as a solver that can handle multi-way pots, which PioSolver and GTO+ can't. We'll dig into some tournament solver options later in the year, so Hold'em Resources Calculator and ICMizer. I plan to potentially explore other options, so GTO-X, a newer solver tool released by some of the guys at Finding Equilibrium. Really awesome tool, very feature rich, a lot of different visualizations and ways in looking at the data that we'll definitely spend a little bit of time digging into at some point in the future. And later on in the year, or even maybe in 2023, I may dig into other games. So there are solver options that are out there for PLO. There are solver options that are out there for games like Short Deck. We'll see where our interests take us, but this is going to be an ever-evolving module. But in these next upcoming videos, we're actually going to start with PioSolver, and then we'll move on to GTO+ in the later videos within this module. So I'll see you in the next video, and we can jump into PioSolver. If you do not have PioSolver and you want to skip over that and go straight to GTO+, feel free to do so. But either way, I'll see you in the next video where we actually walk through the technologies PioSolver and GTO+. See you there.